Welcome to third episode of Chalk Talk. I'm Keith. I'm the Giants fan. This is Ashton, Redskins football team. DJ, football team. Sam, Cowboys. Going down the line is Sam. Mike McCarthy made some really questionable calls in that Thanksgiving game against the football team. Do you think Mike McCarthy lost that game for the Cowboys?
No. Because at the end of the day, the players play the game and the coach is coach. And he has nothing to do with play calling at all on the offensive side or defensive side. So it's like really no blame you can put on him. So I don't agree with that.
I do, because it's a head coach. He gets to make the gutsy calls. He gets to decide whether you go for it on those fourth downs. He had a 4th and inches on his own 35 with 5:27 left in the second quarter, and you throw the ball on a 4th and inches. You have a running back in Ezekiel Elliott, who we all know is known for falling forward. You either hand the ball off to him or you punt. It's that simple. You're in a very important game. You win that game, you're number one in your division, most likely after how everything played out. Instead, you throw it to I don't take anything away from CD. CD's still one of the top rookie receivers that came out of this year's draft class. But you don't throw if you want to do that, you throw it to Amari Cooper. But you don't throw it at all. You give it to Ezekiel Elliott or you punt the ball. And then you got the fake punt later in the game on his own 24, down 4 with 12:22 left in the fourth quarter. It's just not smart. You punt the ball and you live to play another down. You don't risk not getting it, which they didn't, especially on a fake punt, which was a run. I don't agree with that either. I think you punt, like his play calling was too aggressive in a game that was too important down the line. I think Mike McCarthy lost that game, and you could tell watching that game after he made those 2 bad gutsy calls, his team just gave up and just let the football team run away with it.
Keith,
is it my turn to talk?
Is he the offensive play caller though?
Regardless, the gutsy calls come down to him. He gets to make those decisions.
I know. He
whether
said
you
go for it and you dial up a play to go for it.
I agree with that, but you shouldn't go for it. Like you get to say whether you want to go for it or not. You say no, punt the ball, live to see another down.
4th and inches
on your own side, on your own 35 with 5:27 in the second quarter. Punt the ball. It's not worth it. Go ahead, Ashton.
He had a few questionable calls that game, but I'm agreeing with Sam right here. It's not his fault. He trusted in CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb in 2 games has 21 receiving yards against the Washington football team. Zeke has 32 yards. Had 32 yards on Thanksgiving. That's straight up sad. We need to call the police because he is stealing money from the Cowboys right now. He is not doing nothing for that team. He is horrible. Sam, I hope you hear this. Y'all played piss, poor, horrible football. Antonio Gibson ran all through that defense. 3 rushing touchdowns. J.D. McKissick, Terry McLaurin, we were just looking great. We was having a field day.
Why you say J.D.
But Ashton,
it was media day against the Cowboys. We was posting.
Why you say J.D.
McKissick? Everything.
But Ashton, you proved my point right there. Antonio Gibson was ripping through that defense left and right. You don't give him the ball on your side of the field and let him go crazy. He was running buck wild on Thursday.
In the second half.
Regardless, you had no plan for him. Okay, in the second half when he went for it on his own 24 with 12:22 left. You make Alex Smith go the long field instead of taking the short route and already signing him up in field goal range, and you got Antonio Gibson who was balling that game. I think Mike McCarthy, Mike
McCarthy's not out there playing.
Yeah, he's not playing. At the end of the day, the secondary played well. Alex Smith only had 149 passing yards. It's just they couldn't stop the run, and offense just couldn't move the ball. They put their trust in, I don't know what type of dance move he was doing. He was non-existent. Y'all got 2 thieves on y'all team. They stealing money. They not doing anything.
CD stealing money?
Yes, he's stealing money. 21 receiving yards in 2 games against the Washington football team this year. Y'all arch rival. 21 receiving yards.
Go look at any other receiver.
21 receiving yards. 21
Okay.
receiving yards.
Go look at money.
He is stealing money. He is stealing money. 32 yards. He is stealing money. He is stealing money.
Come on.
Time out.
Go look at any other receiver that went against y'all. Y'all one of the best in passing and run.
I don't care though. 21 receiving yards. 32
look at it like this.
Don't care.
32. You can't have it both ways, Sam. Are we bad or are we good? Which one is it?
Y'all shit, but compared to us, y'all good.
Ashton and Sam, y'all both play defense like in football. Your coach, you were stopping the football team's offense throughout the game. You're only down 4, and he goes for it on a 4th and 10 on your 24. At that point, do you not you don't give up, but do you not look at your coach and question him? Like, do you not be like, okay, you're like, we've been balling, maintaining them the whole game, and then you do this and just basically hand them the game and give them the ball on your 24?
What was the score at that point?
It was 13
down
to 6.
4. No, it was 20-16. You were down 4. You
Okay,
don't
so
give them with 12-22?
Defense coming out. You said they just gave up down 4? That's what you said?
Yeah. If you watch that game, they basically gave up because once it was 20, once y'all turned that ball over, that's when the 41-16 started. That's when that run started. Once y'all gave them the ball back on your 24. I agree. It doesn't make sense to do that.
No, I'm talking about defense giving up down 4. Have you ever heard of that?
They gave up because their coach is giving them the game.
They gave
No, their coach didn't give us the game. Antonio Gibson gave us the game. CeeDee Lamb gave us the game. Ezekiel Elliott gave us the game. That's who gave us the game right there. Zeke didn't do nothing.
You have
y'all
ain't going Sam, here's my thing, Sam. The players feed off the coach's energy. You know what I'm saying? The coach is supposed to control the sideline, make sure all his players are in the game, want to win. I feel as if Mike McCarthy didn't do that. The way that they came out there and looked in that fourth quarter was like, y'all didn't want to win. Y'all wanted us to win.
But DJ, you play football. You play on the defense too. You down 4, you can get a stop. We teed coming out.
You down 4, you can get a stop right there.
Force a field goal. We teed.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, all right.
You down 4, you can get a stop. But I'm saying, I feel as if Mike McCarthy didn't tell his team that. They came out there and let Antonio Gibson cover out the middle, Tutty, third of the day, hat trick.
Is that Mike McCarthy's fault?
I mean, he's coaching. He's not playing, but he's the coach. He's the head coach of the team.
But
he's
not
the coach.
playing at the end of the day.
He's supposed to make sure morale is high, confidence is high, the heart is high, that they still have the heart that they want to win the game. It's everything.
Man, if you got to hype them up, they're not ready to play.
But my thing is, Sam, you're going to feed off Coach Dre. If Coach Dre comes in that fourth quarter, y'all playing friendship in DC. Y'all go out there, it's fourth down. No, it's third down. He's on the sideline, not even hype. He's like lackluster. He's like, oh, man, it's whatever. I don't even care. How you going to feel, Sam? You're going to be like, your confidence is going to go down.
I'm making the play.
As an NFL coach, you're not going to be jumping around happy. You're supposed to keep your composure on the sideline. You're supposed to have a poker face on the sideline. You're not supposed to show emotion on the sideline.
Mike Variable does it.
At the end of the day, these are professional athletes who Sam plays to get to that level. These people are already at that level. They're getting paid. They shouldn't need their coach's pat on the back to feel like they should go out there and do their job, what they're paid to do.
Exactly. Same to you. We out there. We coming out. It's fourth down. We trying to get. No, it's not fourth down. We trying to get a stop to force a field goal. I'm not looking at my coach to see if he's smiling, if he's hyped. I'm playing for myself. I'm playing for the team. Exactly.
At the end of the day, he's on the sideline. My team, my 11 out there on defense is who needs to get the stop. I'm not looking at the coach.
Y'all made some valid points, but we're gonna move on. We all know NFC East has been one of the worst divisions ever this year. It's at the point where a team with 4 wins are first in the division. It's looking bad. It's earned the name NFC least. Make a case for why your team is coming out with that division champ.
I just want to make this statement that Sam said now on this conversation for all the viewers watching. He will not be participating in this talk. They have no chance of making the playoffs.
I'm going to start off. The Washington football team, when it's said and done, will be in that wild card spot playing as the NFC East division leaders. Here's why. Everybody in NFC East has a tough schedule coming up. We have the Pittsburgh, the Niners, Seahawks, and Panthers. You hear that and think that's a hard schedule. But compared to the Eagles and the Giants, those are games. The Niners and Panthers are games that we're going to have to win. Our D-line is playing like top tier. Let's talk about them. Montez Sweat has 6 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, and 2 forced fumbles. Chase Young, rookie, has 4.5 sacks and 1 pick six. Chase Young has 4.5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. We even have 10 settled with 5 sacks. Ryan Kerrigan, the veteran, all-time sack leader for Washington football team, has 5 sacks. And Deron Payne and Ioannidis is injured, but Deron Payne is in there stuffing the run, chipping in the sack here and there. So I feel like we could just ride this defensive wave all the way into the playoffs. I feel like what I seen in the Pittsburgh and Baltimore game, I feel like Pittsburgh, even though they're undefeated, they can be beaten. They can very much be beaten. So I feel like we play strong, come out on offense, don't turn the ball over. That's a winnable game. And I feel like we will have a strong chance of getting to the playoffs.
I don't take anything away from you, and I won't go out and say that they have no chance. But here's where the Giants will come out as the division champs and play that wild card spot. We have the Seahawks, Arizona, Cleveland, Ravens, and then the Cowboys, teams that are all beatable. The Seahawks, I don't see us. I'm not gonna lie, I don't see us beating them. Dan Jones most likely won't play this week, so I'm already coughing that game up. But then you've got Arizona. When they played New England beat them solely off of containing Kyler. You contain Kyler, you win that game. It's that simple. Outside of Kyler, it's not that hard to beat Arizona. Then you've got Cleveland. We all know. You look at their schedule; they beat cupcake teams. They beat Jacksonville Jaguars by 2. The Browns have not been beating good teams. They were 1-3 against good teams over 500. I really believe that the Giants can beat them. Joe Judge has proven to me that the confidence level he has in his team and all his players that they can beat these good teams. The Ravens, I'm not gonna lie, you can see the Ravens are struggling this year. I'm not gonna include the Pittsburgh game because Lamar was out and it was a whole situation with COVID. But besides that, the Ravens, they're beatable. Same thing. I look at the Cardinals and I look at the Ravens the same way. You contain Kyler, you contain Lamar, you win that game. But you do have to overcome that Ravens defense, which the Cardinals don't have. But I believe that is winnable. And then you got the Cowboys. Sam already knows they're tanking. They're going for Patrick Surtain. I'll give him that. That's a win, but it might come down to that. Then you got my –
But y'all still want to beat us.
My defense is tied for 4th in turnovers, which is immaculate compared to last year. Bradbury's playing at the best of his career, 85.2 single coverage grade, and he has 15 forced incompletions, which is first in the league. Over the 3 games that we've had a 3-game winning streak. We haven't had that in the last 3-4 years. Daniel Jones has had no turnovers over those games. If he can maintain that no turnover span, we can win those games. We can beat the Browns, the Cardinals, and the Ravens if Daniel Jones doesn't turn that ball over. Wayne Gallman has 5-6 touchdowns over the last 4 or 5 games that he's played. If we can maintain that run game and Daniel Jones doesn't turn the ball over, that is the plan we need to go with to win those games.
I believe Ashton talked about the defensive side, so I'm going to talk about the offensive side. We have a veteran quarterback in Alex Smith who has been to the playoffs in his career, so I believe that is also a help for us. We have Antonio Gibson, who has been balling off. He's been playing like a top-tier running back in the NFC in general. He's playing like a top-tier running back in the league right now. We have Terry McLaurin, who's been playing like a great receiver. Even though he's been having quarterback struggles all year, he's still been balling. And I believe our defense, we have a top-tier D-line, who I feel as if we can shut down any mobile quarterback no matter who it is. Or I feel as if we could make plays no matter what it is. Only problem with our defense is our corners. Ronald Darby's out there getting exposed by Amari Cooper in the Thanksgiving game. I'll say that.
No, let me cut you over here. Ronald Darby is not having a bad season by far. He gave it that 1 touchdown to Amari Cooper. I think he got beat on PI, but other than that, he made that big 4th down stop against CeeDee Lamb. He's been coming down, and he's been making plays. I mean, every corner get beat, but you got to have a short memory. And he's been coming back strong. Kendall Fuller also is top 5 in interceptions. He got beat a couple times, but I think our team with our strong coach, that they all are bought in. Okay, we make a couple mistakes, and yeah, we're still playing hard. Then another thing I want to add about our offense is our O-line. Against Dallas, I mean, maybe it might not be much, but I've seen them opening up holes that I haven't seen all season for our running back. So I feel like we have an improving young team going into the last stretch of the season, and I feel like we can win games.
Going down the line of O-line, the Giants they've been switching and rotating offensive linemen left and right, but we've at a time had 3 offensive linemen who are rookies: Shane Lemieux, Andrew Thomas, and Matt Peart, all who have allowed no more than 1 to 2 pass rushes pass rushers a game. Like, they're playing like, I'm not going to say veterans, but they're playing at a very high level. And if you watch that team, which is the Giants, you'll see, like, they're not allowing that many pressures. Daniel Jones is having time in the pocket to be calm, collected, and look through reads. Wayne Gallman is shooting those holes and getting to the secondary. This team, I believe, will, like, and if you look at all the teams that are in the spot for the wild card, the Giants lost to the Rams off of a Daniel Jones interception on a game-winning drive. They still could have won that game. They lost to the Bucs over a controversial 2-point conversion that they didn't get. All these close games with these top-tier teams that they lost, they were competing. They were playing at a high level, and you got to look at it. They lost to the Bears off of a very debatable call on the last play that would have put us on the 1-yard line that we could have scored off. But these games are earlier in the season. This team is growing. There was no OTAs, no preseason. This team is growing with a new head coach.
Bro, if you say that,
It's true. It's true.
Like
you got no OTAs. You got no training.
Nobody had OTAs.
And but those teams are with veteran head coaches. This is Joe Judge, who was a special team head coach.
Buccaneers. That's a whole new team, a whole new organization.
That's Bruce Arians with Tom Brady. 2 veteran people.
You saying Bruce Arians? What has he done in his career?
Regardless, he's a veteran head coach who is looked at very highly by everybody in the league.
What has Bruce Arians done, Keith? Let me know.
Bruce Arians has been to he's been to playoffs, which is respected. This is a respectable head coach in the NFL. Like, you're looking at this team, but that's still a veteran quarterback. You have a second-year quarterback.
What do you define as respect?
Hold up. Jason Garrett been to the playoffs.
Is he a respectable coach?
But no,
hell no.
Who? It's who? Jason Garrett?
Yes.
Jason Garrett's not my coach. Jason Garrett's my offensive coordinator.
No,
but you got to look at it like this.
No, we're talking about respectable coaches. We're talking about respectable coaches. You said playoffs. That don't mean respect.
No, I mean, Bruce Arians has enough respect to call out Tom Brady and not to look crazy at. If a new head coach, a first-year head coach, came in the league and started coaching Tom Brady and was calling Tom Brady out, people would look at him like he's crazy. Bruce Arians has done that a number of times, and nobody has even had the thought of questioning Bruce Arians. Why do you think that is?
They can't question him because Brady is playing horrible.
Exactly.
Regardless, it's Tom Brady. If you question Tom Brady, Belichick, it does matter. It definitely does matter. You've got Daniel Jones, who's a sophomore quarterback who had to learn a new scheme this year. Then you've got Joe Judge, who's a special teams head coach who has to make the switch to a head coach. Like, all I'm saying is this team is growing over time, and they're showing it. They're on a 3-game win streak, which includes 2 division games. They just beat the Bengals. Yes, it was a close call, but Daniel Jones went out in the 3rd quarter. I believe that this team has a chance. But that's enough of that talk. We're going to go on to the AFC side of things. We're going to think – so we all know the Titans are a good team. They just stomped on the Colts. They have one of the top running backs in the league in Derrick Henry. Do we think the Tennessee Titans have a chance at a Super Bowl this year?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to say this. I didn't get to see Tennessee play that much this year due to where I live, watching Washington every week. I didn't get to see a chance to see Tennessee play every week. This is my first week sitting down and watching the Tennessee game, and they're the truth. They're absolutely the truth. They play as a team. They play together on defense, and all you have to do is ride that Derrick Henry train. Nobody's tackling him. Last week, Sam said if anybody has a chance of tackling Derrick Henry, he said it was the Indianapolis Colts. I said, okay, let me sit down and watch this game. He absolutely went off. 3 rushing touchdowns. I just feel like he's hard to stop. Yes, last year he struggled against Kansas City in the championship game, but I feel like he's a year better, a year stronger, a year wiser. I feel like, yes, they can win in the playoffs if they keep playing as a team.
And fast.
Here's why I say no. So let's look at the respectable teams that we have that are also going to be in the AFC playoffs. You've got the Bills, you've got the Steelers, and you got the Chiefs. Those are 3 teams that we all are accepting right now that are going to be there. In the postseason last year, the Patriots had one of the best defenses. Derrick Henry went off for 182 yards and a touchdown. Meanwhile, Ryan Tannehill went for 8 for 15, 72 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Then they went to Baltimore, another respectable defense. Tannehill, 7 for 14, 88 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Derrick Henry went for 195 yards, a touchdown pass, and a rushing and with no rushing touchdowns. But then you're in the big league now. You're with the Super Bowl champion, the Kansas City Chiefs. They weren't the respectable defense that everybody had. They were nowhere near as comparable as the Ravens or the Patriots last year. But Derrick Henry walked in there, went 69 yards. It's all about game playing. The playoffs are a whole different animal. You've got the Bills definitely have a respectable defense. The playoffs is a whole different animal. You've got Derrick Henry's going to walk on. Their game plan is going to be, let me fully focus on Derrick Henry. We're going to make them beat us with Ryan Tannehill. I'm not saying he's incapable of that, but I don't think he has the ability to not rely on Derrick Henry and take that team the next step of the way with.
I think he does.
No, you're talking about last year. Ryan Tannehill came in, took Marcus Mariota's spot in the middle of the year. He didn't, like you said, he didn't have no OTAs, no preseason with the team. No, he couldn't go to dinner, didn't go bowling.
Come on. Yes, he did. He definitely did have last year. He didn't get traded in the middle of the season. He was there from the beginning of the season. He had those OTAs, that training camp, all the things I've been saying. He had that. He had those dinners and all that. He played throughout that season. He just took his job. That's no different.
Okay, but he wasn't starting. He wasn't playing. He wasn't used to the system. Like you said, Daniel Jones had to get used to a new system this year. Ryan Tannehill had to get used to a new system. He didn't play the whole season. So he did what he had to do. He followed the game plan. He didn't turn the ball over. He managed the game, and he ran the ball. That was the game plan. This year, A.J. Brown is playing better. His receiving core is getting better, and I feel like he has what it takes to throw the ball this year. They have a better passing offense, better passing attack this year.
I agree.
That was one of my points. That was one of my points, Keith. I will say this. They have a good running game, but they also have a good passing game. Ryan Tannehill can throw the football. Yeah, I believe that. A.J. Brown is actually a very good wide receiver. He's just very underrated due to the fact that he's playing with Derrick Henry, the top 3 running back. So, of course, they're going to feed him the ball more. But I feel as if Ryan Tannehill needs to throw the ball, A.J. Brown's his guy. And I believe 100%. But, I mean, I will say this. I don't believe they can stop. Their defense can stop the Chiefs or the Bills, in my opinion. I don't believe they have the defense to contain Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, Miko, Sammy Watkins. I don't believe they can stop that, in my opinion.
That's another point. There'll be great games every playoff. I don't deny this is going to be a great playoffs that we're going to have. But you got to look at it. Tennessee is going to play Kansas City. We all know playoff Mahomes is built different. He had to come back every game, and he did just that. Then you look at it. These are going to be shootouts. Are you telling me you trust Ryan Tannehill without Derrick Henry to maintain that shootout with the Kansas City Chiefs and win that ball game?
Why you say?
But they will no.
I'm saying if they maintain Derrick Henry and they take him out of the game.
That's a hard.
I mean, they did it last year. I don't deny why they couldn't do it again this year.
Last year. This is this year. This is not that.
Okay, and I'm saying just in the situation that they do separate him from the game and minimize him. Are you telling me you believe that Ryan Tannehill can maintain that shootout with Patrick Mahomes?
Yes. Yeah. So
that's a hard thing. Tannehill is having a good season.
Patrick Mahomes.
But no.
I don't take that away from him.
So you just saying the Titans just not gonna stop Patrick Mahomes? That's what you're saying?
I don't see nobody besides the Steelers defense stopping Mahomes or even have the chance at it.
So Josh Jacobs ain't have a good game against the Chiefs?
He did, and I don't deny that. But many running backs can have a good regular season game, but people play different in the playoffs. Are you going to tell me they don't?
They do.
Are you going to tell me that you know that they're going to play different? You don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how they're going to play. All we know is what we see. All we know is what we see. Derrick Henry is a better running back than Josh Jacobs. So why can't he have a better day than Josh Jacobs against the Kansas City Chiefs?
And the coach
I'm not
is
saying he can't.
Outstanding. You see what happened to them.
My only question is, I don't think Ryan Tannehill can maintain that shootout.
Why are you saying? All right, go ahead.
Next question.
But yeah, I was gonna say let's go back to jump to the NFC East. Doug Peterson is he's just the main topic with his quarterback controversy. People are looking all the way back to the draft where they've had questionable picks. If the Eagles in this terrible division that they are in don't make the playoffs, do you think he should be gone?
No. I think Doug Peterson's Super Bowl buys him some more time, and on top of that, he made the playoffs last year, so that will buy him time to rebuild his team. It's coaches who didn't make the playoffs for multiple years and still been able to stay with the franchise. He won a Super Bowl not that long ago. He made the playoffs last year. Every coach is going to have a bad year. You know what I'm saying? So I think you ride him out. You let him rebuild his team how he wants it. And if they lose in the next, maybe I think the Super Bowl buys him 2 to 3 more years. And that playoffs last year buys him 2 to 3 more years to get the team where he wants it, to change quarterbacks if he needs to, change defense if he needs to. Then if he continues to have bad season, then he'll be fired. But not this year.
I agree.
Ashton, I normally you're the guy that agrees with me most, but I hate to keep going against you. I say Doug Peterson's gone. He has to be. Like, if I'm an Eagles fan, I'm frustrated. I'm really mad.
You made the playoffs last year, Keith.
But you got to look at it. This season. You're my head coach. If you believe in Carson Wentz, then with those first 2 picks, you don't pick Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. You don't pick Jalen Hurts over a position skill player in the second round. You don't do these things. And then you're having too much controversy throughout the season, and you're not controlling it. He's not taking control of this team. This Eagles team is going down, down, down in this worst division. They went from contenders to pretenders in this terrible division. They're looking piss poor in this division. People are counting them out in all these games because of the effort that they show, the way he's controlling this quarterback controversy. Yes, I give it to him. A Super Bowl is a very hard thing to do, but I grant it to him. You did win that Super Bowl, and you made it to the playoffs last year. You made it to the playoffs last year because Dallas went 8-8, and you beat the Giants and made it. Yes, I'll give it to you. You made the playoffs. You did that, but you lost to Seattle in the first round.
No, but
I don't think.
My bad to stop you. But you said this last episode. You said every player on that team worked their whole life to get there. So we can't discredit who we played to get to the playoffs. Like you said, everybody is professionals. So we can't say who we played. Oh, we beat the Giants. Oh, Dallas was 8-8. He made it to the playoffs. That's a hard thing to do. Like you said, that makes him a respectable head coach. He made it to the playoffs.
I agree, but you have to look at it. If you made the playoffs last year, you can't have that drastic drop to now you're 3-8-1 and you're almost out of contention in the worst.
He's still in the hunt. What's the drastic drop?
You're in the hunt. If he was in any other division, people will be talking about a first-round pick, a top-5 pick.
But he's not.
I agree with you.
He's still in the hunt.
I agree with you, but he's not controlling that team how he's supposed to if he wants to make it if he wants to be that playoff contending team.
Bottom line, the question is, does he get fired? Yes.
No.
Doesn't, Keith.
And he didn't
doesn't.
And he didn't
no sense.
No.
What coach do you know that gets fired a couple years off of a Super Bowl and 1 year off of a playoff? And he lost to Russell Wilson in the playoffs.
Let me ask you this, Keith.
And his
He
quarterback
lost to Russell Wilson 17-9 with his starting quarterback getting injured.
Keith, let me ask you this, Keith. If you were a head coach, right, you have a quarterback who 2 years ago was just a top 5 player in the NFL and was an MVP candidate and took them to the playoffs. And would you replace him with a rookie and you telling me you would put Jalen Hurts out there with practice squad wide receivers and probably one of the worst O-lines I've seen in my life. You tell me you put him out there over Carson Wentz.
I'm not. You can go back.
That backup quarterback got benched in college. You acting like
you're talking about. Not once out of my mouth did I say he should come out and put Jalen Hurts in the game. I never said that. What I said was he needs to control the quarterback controversy. He's not doing that.
How will you control it?
Okay, you come out and say Carson Wentz is my quarterback for the rest of the season. I am going to believe in my, like you said, he was playing an MVP caliber quarterback that played good a couple seasons ago. He didn't play that bad last season. So I'm going to believe in him, and I'm going to continue to believe in him. I don't just let everybody go crazy and have all this speculation of I'm going to bench him for my rookie quarterback that, like you said, got benched in college for another quarterback who got drafted ahead of him. I'm going to take control of that locker room. His players are going buck wild because of this. You're going into maybe one of the harder parts of your schedule, and you're still having a controversy over who's going to be your leader going into these weeks. You can't do that. You have to lead this team, and you have to tell them, Carson Wentz, this is your team throughout the playoffs and throughout the rest of the season. You cannot nobody knows who's going to be the starter in the next game, whether it be Carson Wentz or Jalen Hurts. It's still a question. That shouldn't be a question. We are now in week 13 in football, and you're still having a backup quarterback maybe have the chance at starting when you still have a chance at the playoff, you can't allow that. You have to tell them, go ahead, you're going to be my starting quarterback, and you take care of this team, and you take us to the playoffs. I'm not going to allow people to even have the thought that my backup quarterback's going to come in.
So that's why he gets fired. That's the reason.
He's not acting like an NFL head coach. He's not being like one. I don't see him as that.
Okay, next question.
So winning the Super Bowl with a backup QB is just out of the court. Like
with a rookie backup quarterback with one of the worst lines and one of the worst receiving cores, yes, you don't.
He's talking about Nick Foles.
I'm talking about Nick Foles.
Won the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Nick Foles won the Super Bowl against the best quarterback of all time. Someone who came back from 21-3. Someone who had 6
I don't deny that.
Bill
But
Belichick.
you're talking about the past. You're talking about the past.
Won. The past. Key. That was not that long ago, Key. You act like he was in the 90s.
I'm not. It was a couple years ago. I don't take that away from him. But we're here. We're in week 13 of the 2020 season. You need to take control of that quarterback role.
He gets fired because he doesn't want to say his horrible quarterback is starting.
It goes down to play calling as well.
Name me a coach who gets fired. Name me a coach who gets fired a couple years removed from a Super Bowl and 1 year removed from a playoff push, losing to a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Name me one head coach that gets fired after that.
I'm not saying I can do that. I mean, Tom Coughlin got fired a couple years after winning the Super Bowl in 2011, but nobody questioned that. Did
he make the playoffs the year before that?
Not that I remember. He didn't make the playoffs, but it wasn't like they were 2-14. They were having bad records. The teams in the division was just playing very highly at the time. I don't think he was playing high enough. But we're gonna go to one of, like you said, the greatest quarterback of all time. He was traded to the Bucs. Everybody had Super Bowl expectations. They had very high expectations for this team. But as of late, they have been playing very poorly. Who do you think is to blame for the Bucs' struggles?
Not the defense. If I have anything to say, it's not the defense. Yes, Tyreek Hill had a big day, but at the end of the day, they held Mahomes to 27 points. That, to me, that's enough points to beat the Chiefs. That's enough points held to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They held them to 27. I feel that the offense needs to feed Ronald Jones. He's a top 5 rusher. I feel that they get caught up in the speculation of them having Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Antonio Brown feeling that they need to come out passing the ball. I say stay true to the run and let your pass come off of your running game. Play action. Make them play the run.
Brady.
I agree with you. Brady does do that the best. But we're going to talk about Brady's stats. Week 8 through 11. Let's talk about Brady. He was 0 for 19 on deep. These are all on deep passes. 0 for 19, 0 touchdowns, 3 picks with a 0.0 passer rating. Brady has been playing terrible these last few weeks. If he's putting up stats like that on deep balls, I'm going to play you up close. I'm going to stop the run in those short passes. I'm going to make you beat me deep. He's proven he can't do that. He's not winning ball games week 8 through 11, and that's why. That's the main reason. The person to blame is Tom Brady. Tom Brady is playing at a very low level right now, and that's the problem. He has to pick it up, or else this team is going to continue their downfall.
Absolutely. And another thing is they're losing to good teams. I feel like they're coming out, they're beating who they're supposed to beat. I feel as if they can improve, go into the playoffs, win one game. Okay, we're talking about 2 games away from a Super Bowl. I feel like that's not impossible for Tom Brady. If they do what I tell them to do, use the rushing game, I feel like they can win in the playoffs.
What you think, DJ?
I'll blame Tom Brady. I'm not gonna lie. He was coming back. I will say this. He fought. You wouldn't blame Tom Brady for the reason that they've been losing?
No, I'm just surprised. You're just the biggest Tom Brady fan I know.
I'm not the biggest Tom Brady fan. I just expect him to be Patrick Mahomes. That's it. But I'm saying, though, he came out. He's not playing at the level everybody expects Tom Brady to play at. We all know Tom Brady is good at reading defenses, reading blitzes. He's good at decision-making. He knows how to move the ball, manage the clock. I feel as if against the Chiefs, he made bad decisions. He threw a pick. He threw a pick in a triple coverage to, I think it was Chris Godwin, knowing that he should have just took the sack right there instead of just throwing the ball up senselessly and letting them get the ball and drive down the field. I believe that Tom Brady is just making too many mistakes on the offensive side, knowing that he has all these weapons. He's not making the right choices, not making the right reads, and I feel as if I wouldn't say it's time for him to leave. I feel no. I'm not gonna lie. I feel as if Tom's going to like retire. He's just not. He's not playing at. He's not playing at the level everybody expects. Everybody expects Tom Brady to come in this season, go off. He has Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski, Ronald Jones. If he would have had OJ Howard if he didn't get hurt. And he's a top tier Antonio Brown. He's a top tier offense. Arguably, that is a top tier receiving core right there. Like, come on now. And you're losing these easy winnable games. Like, come on now. No.
No, he's not losing easy games by far.
He's not losing easy games, but he's losing winnable games.
Losing winnable games, and if you expect to go to the playoffs and play these teams again, you're gonna have to show me something that I can believe that you'll be able to put up the performance that's needed to win those games.
Like you said,
Ashton, they held the Chiefs to 27 points. You're supposed to win that game right there. 27 points on the Chiefs, that's very winnable. Am I lying, Ashton?
Once Brady clicked, it's gonna be scary.
Well,
I think he has some from it. I think they got some in the bag over there. They saving it for the playoffs.
They might
right now.
But we're gonna take it down the lines of it all. We're talking Super Bowls. We're talking all that talk. Russell Wilson's playing at a top tier level, MVP level. Some would say. Are the Seattle Seahawks the team to beat in the NFC? I'll start out. I said no. I really don't believe that they are. I believe it's the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, he's came out and said for the first time he's having fun. For the first time in a long time, he's having fun playing football again. He's 8-3. He's first in touchdowns. He has 33 to 4 interceptions. Like, that's high. The best quarterback passer rating in 85.1. Aaron Rodgers is balling. A good Aaron Rodgers, a happy Aaron Rodgers is a scary Aaron Rodgers. He's utilizing weapons like Allen Lazard and MVS. He's balling with them. And then he's got his red zone, his favorite target that he's had in a long time since maybe Jordy Nelson. He's got Devontae Adams. He's the way they're clicking and they're playing. I think that is a scary sight for NFC teams and NFC defenses if they're going to be able to stop, let alone Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. But then you've got Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams coming out that backfield, and then you've got the Preston Williams, Zadarius Smith defense. I think the Packers just overall with a Matt LaFleur coach, I think they're the team to beat.
I want to say I don't know if they're going to win the NFC. If they could get these questions answered, they will win the NFC. Will they tighten up their defense? Will the new faces in the secondary, Quentin Dunbar and Jamal Adams, step up? And can they get their rushing game back? There's no way Russell Wilson should be leading this team in rushing. I feel like if they get those questions addressed, they will win the NFC. They will beat the Packers. It comes down to that. That's the bottom line. Can they get their rushing game back? That's what Russell Wilson, his whole career, he depended on his rushing game, handing the ball off. He proved this season that he can pass first, but can he get back to that rushing game? Can his defense step back up? That's what Russell Wilson is used to, a good rushing game and a great defense. If he get those things back, the sky's the limit. They're back to the Super Bowl.
I think it's the Packers. The Packers beat one of the toughest teams in the NFC right now, and the Saints. The Packers lost to one of the best defenses in the game right now. The coach by 3. Aaron Rodgers having a great year. Matt LaFleur's calling great plays, and I just think once the defense click, they'll be straight.
What you thinking, DJ?
I believe the Seahawks, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because the Seahawks, they have that Russell Wilson MVP caliber quarterback. DK Metcalf, who's been proving that he is a good receiver for them. They have Tyler Lockett, who's been proven – no, they have Tyler and DK. They have been proven they are good wide receivers for Russell Wilson. It's just with that, like Ashton said, you made the trade for Jamal Adams. He hasn't been playing at the level everybody expected him to. You have Chris Carson, who's been injured, coming in and out. But I believe Chris Carson can help in the run game for them if he could stay healthy. But it's just all on their defense, They've never been known for their pass rush, really. Their defense is playing lackluster. You traded for a top 5 safety, and he's been playing terrible. And he's been hurt too, I will say that, but he's been playing terrible. But I just believe it's all on their defense. I believe they're the team to beat.
Well, it seems like we all have a similar interest of who's the top 2 teams to beat. But I've got 2 football team fans in here, so I'm interested to see how they feel about this. the Redskins have, I mean, the football team has a very good chance of being the division winners in this NFC league. But you did bench your first round quarterback that you chose in last year's draft in Dwayne Haskins. We're not going to talk about how he played, but do you believe he should be put back as a starting quarterback to finish these last few games to give an extra push to make the playoffs?
Hell no.
Well, we are going to talk about how he played this year. Let's talk about that. Against Cleveland Browns, he had a 58 QBR. You just can't win games like that, man. Through 4 games, he had 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Let's talk about one particular incident which got him benched. It was the Baltimore game. It was 4th and 10. We was in the red zone, and he throws a flat route. He just frustrated me. I'm happy that he's gone. I'm happy he's on the bench. I couldn't stand watching him play. No, you don't. No, you don't put him back in. Not at this point in the season. He generates
You
no.
sound so hurt. You sound so frustrated.
I was literally going to sleep watching this man play quarterback. I can say we all were. Nobody wanted to watch a Washington game. Alex Smith, he brings you some excitement. He at least throws the ball vertically and not east and west. He throws the ball north and south. So I feel like Alex Smith isn't the greatest quarterback, but he gives us a better chance than Dwayne Haskins. I say we just let him go play. Hopefully another team will take him for like a 5th or 6th round pick. Hopefully we just got to get him out of Washington as soon as possible. He's just a disappointment. You ever just been disappointed in life?
Trust me, I have.
He's just a disappointment. He showed me
You
no
took the words. You took the words right out of my mouth. Like you played in 4 games this season. You had 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. That's not good. You had a QBR of 10.9 at some point in one of those games. That's not good. You're a starting quarterback. You can't have no QBR like that. He was playing at a very low level. He was already at question coming out of last year with a 7 touchdowns, 7 interception ratio. That's piss poor. And then you come into this game, and you come into this season with higher expectations. You're a second-year quarterback. People are expecting better things. And then you come out and put a piss poor performance. Like Ashton said, he was making the wrong throws. He was throwing the wrong ways. And it was that question after that Baltimore game. It was said that he was in the locker room boosting his stats, feeling good about himself, bragging about his 300-yard game and 300-yard one touchdown game, but you lost. Everybody's down and you're boosting yourself. So that was another question as to why he got benched. But it's now seems like he ran over it when nobody did and picked Alex Smith up. So it seems like he's maturing. I don't say you put him in. I don't think you do, barring any injury to anybody. I don't put him in. So I'm with Ashton on this one. Yeah, he rides the bench throughout the playoffs.
My thing is, what did you say, son?
He had 300 yards and 0 touchdowns, not 1.
Yeah, he had 0.
Well, still boost. That makes it even worse. You're boosting your stats you're boosting your stats like. Yeah, I don't see.
I believe no. If we're making a playoff push, no, he does not see the field unless injury. And knock on wood, that doesn't happen. But he does not touch the field. We have Alex Smith, who's a veteran quarterback, who's made a playoff push for Washington 2 years ago before the leg injury. So I believe we keep him in, and he has playoff experience. So the only way I see Dwayne Haskins get back in is if we're out the playoff race. If we're out the playoff race, we just put him in, let him go out there, see if he could do anything at all, see if there's any improvement in him. But like you said, I saw that play where Alex Smith had fell on the sideline. Dwayne Haskins ran over there, picked him up. Solomon Head was like, come on, go back out there. I believe he still has room for improvement in his passing game, but I believe it's maturity for him. You know, it's just growing and adapting to, like, now you're in the big leagues for real. Like, you can't do that. It's not high school. It's not college. It's the big leagues. You're in the NFL, National Football League, top of the top. You got to mature.
Yeah, my biggest question was, I just don't understand how you come from Ohio State and you're known for throwing the ball deep. You come here, you can't throw a ball over 5 yards. But another thing I want to say is, what's wrong with him is he's not a NFL-ready quarterback. He stares down his first read. If you take his first read away from him, he plays horrible. It's not that hard to watch film against him. He stares down his first read. He might try to force it there. You take away that, he plays horrible. And that was a secret formula every game against us. We only beat Philly strictly off of our defense. Our defense getting interceptions, putting us in position to score. I just don't see any drives starting from the 25 and he takes us down the field, puts us in the end zone. I don't see it. He's just playing horrible. He played horrible the whole season. I just don't think until he can learn how to read a defense and look at multiple receivers, he would never make it in this league.
My biggest question is though, Keith, for him is, can you be a leader for this football team? That's my question. That's it. That's what I would ask. He's a captain, so he's a captain, but was not playing at captain level or playing like the leader of the football team. He deserves to be stripped of that captain status.
Surely does.
Well, it seems like my two football team fans both agree that he deserves to ride the bench, but we're going to flip things and go to the AFC side. Now, we all know this insane stat line of 8 catches, 200 yards, and 2 touchdowns in the first quarter for Tyreek Hill. He finished the game with 250-plus yards, 12 catches, 3 touchdowns. Does Tyreek Hill deserve to be a top, like in the conversation, you can say, of a top 3 receiver?
Yeah.
I know Ash is excited.
No. Let's have a flashback to last episode when everybody was talking to me like I was crazy for putting Hill and Scary Terry in my top 3. Oh, it's D-Hop, Devontae Adams, and Diggs.
Still crazy.
No. We said I'm still crazy?
Yeah, about Scary Terry. Come on, bro.
Listen to me. I'm never wrong. Will I ever guide y'all in the wrong direction?
Tyreek Hill was a top 3, but Scary Terry.
But was he a top 3 receiver last week for you? Answer that. Thank you. I seen this in him from day one. He's a top 3 receiver all day long. Before this performance, he was a top 3 receiver. He just went and proved my point. That he's a top 3 receiver.
I'm with you, Ash. I'm with you all the way. Tyreek Hill is definitely a very talented player.
You wasn't with me last week?
I know I'm with you now. Things have changed. His performance changed me, but I think he does benefit from having Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback. I don't know. I'm not gonna go as far as to say if he wouldn't be that with a lot of other quarterbacks, but I think he does benefit a lot from having Mahomes as his quarterback, because a lot of quarterbacks can't make that 75-yard throw where he even has to turn around for the ball. I said a lot of other quarterbacks. There's a lot of quarterbacks that can, but there's some that can't. I don't know. I think he's that type of player that you put him in the right scheme, and he is a top 3 receiver like he's playing. But you put him on a different team, and he's not that. I don't take anything away from him. He is, like Ashley said, a top 3 receiver. But I think if he's on a different team, he's not that top 3 receiver.
Oh, okay. I know we're not talking about him, but you're just proving my point again about Scary Terry. I know y'all hate me for talking about. I'm just saying. You said.
Oh God.
You just said you put him on a team with a bad quarterback. You don't know if he will perform like that. So let's reverse that. Scary Terry, who's playing with 3 horrible quarterbacks, what can he do playing with Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Russell Wilson? Can one of y'all answer that for me?
He could be a top 3.
He'd be a top 3.
Yeah,
he's top 3 already.
No, he's not.
I wouldn't go as far as to say that. I wouldn't go as far as to say that.
Wow.
No way.
All day long.
You're just talking.
He's talented, but you're just being a football team fan right now. That's all that is.
Yeah.
That's no bias involved.
I think Tyreek is top 3. He's top 3. I'm not going to lie. I can't take it. He's top 3. Over the past 3 games, he's had 100+ receiving yards, and he scored a total of 6 touchdowns in the past 3 games. Three against Tampa Bay, who has a very good defense. 1 against the Raiders, and 2 against Carolina. I believe that he's a very underrated route runner. I was looking at some of the routes he was running. He's able to create separation. He's able to use his speed and his quickness to create separation off defenders. And, if you get Tyreek Hill in the open field, I believe if he can make a move, take it to the end zone touchdown.
Yeah, he got the best speed in the league. Without speed, ain't nothing, though. But that's another question.
Come on, he can run routes. Don't take that away.
He can run routes, but I think it is a boost of how fast he is. Yeah.
He worked for that.
But yeah, he does. He did work for that speed. But we're gonna stay on the lines of the Chiefs. The Chiefs are Super Bowl champions. They're coming. They're going for a repeat. But it won't be easy. The AFC's playing. There's a lot of tough teams. Who are some teams that you think can win the AFC and go to the Super Bowl besides the Chiefs?
Steelers.
Tennessee, baby.
Steelers, Tennessee.
Bills.
Are you a
Bills.
Titans fan? You riding with them heavily.
I'm just saying. King Henry is the truth. I'm an Alabama fan, and I seen him grow from the college level and do the same things, if not better, in the NFL. So I feel like you said, last year he was held to 69 yards in the AFC Championship game. But once again, he's a year better, a year stronger, a year wiser, a year tougher, a year better at everything. And I feel that this year, it's no stopping him. It's no stopping him.
Well, it
And
seems like we
Tannehill
have.
can pass. You gotta factor that in now. Last year they wasn't really worried about Tannehill being in with the pass, but
Now you got to respect Tannehill.
we've seen games that Tannehill has won without Derrick Henry.
Well, yeah, I guess that's going to be the thing for their playoff pushes if Tannehill can pass that ball.
Who did you say, Keith?
Oh yeah, I said the Pittsburgh and the Bills. As simple as that. Pittsburgh defense with their wide receiving core on the other side, that's gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
And I just think Josh Allen's playing. He's playing great. He's got the team behind him. He's got Stephon Diggs as new target. I just think that offense and that defense on the other side. One thing that defense has got to do, they've got to stop getting bagged when it's through a 3v1. I watched that Chargers game, and Justin Herbert threw that ball up, and it's a second time where it's basically deja vu. The guy just comes over and grabs the ball over three people, and I'm like, yeah, it might get to the point where they just might have to start practicing this. It's getting that bad. They just got to work on that.
Man, the O-line, Joey Bosa had a freaking day.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
almost got to the point where he was hurting.
He almost took out
Allen.
Josh Allen for the rest of the season. But I said the Bills
bad.
too. Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, they're a very great duo. They go together. Stephon Diggs with the speed while running, Josh Allen with the arm and ability to throw the ball down the field for Stephon Diggs to run and catch it. They have a corner in Tre'Davious White who has been playing good. He's been playing good all year, which in my opinion he has. They have a D tackle, Ed Oliver, who's been a good D tackle, been able to take on double team blocks, clog holes, not allow the ball to run up the middle. And I believe if not the Chiefs, and I believe them, they can win the AFC.
Let's do the daily picks next. I mean the weekly picks.
We'll say that for the end. We'll say that for the end.
I'm telling you, we gonna have to do the weekly picks next.
So we not.
We'll stick to the. I think this has a chance to be a wide variety of answers for this question. You've got a lot of other combinations that go together, but I'm pretty sure I know who Ashton's going to say. But who do you think is the best QB to wide receiver duo in the NFL?
Who do you think I'm going to say?
I say
Russell
Mahomes and Tyreek Hill.
I got it written down. It's already in stone.
Russell
What did he say?
You're going
Aaron
with that,
Rodgers,
Ashton?
Devontae Adams.
Okay,
so that's what I was going to say.
Okay, y'all saying that, but we just had the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. All year long, Pat Mahomes and Tyreek Hill. All last year long, for the next 5 years long, they will be the best quarterback receiving duo in the NFL.
Who leads the lead in receiving yards?
Tyreek Hill.
D-Hop.
No, he don't.
Here's what.
D-Hop does.
No.
Tyreek Hill do now.
No,
Tyreek Hill second. My fault. DK does.
DK leads the league?
Yes.
Yeah, here's why
Tyreek Hill does lead the league in touchdowns with 13.
Here's why I said it wasn't Tyreek Hill. I think that's just, like I said, I think he's just granted to play with Mahomes because you see Mahomes. He had
quarterback duo.
No. I know. But you got to look at it. He has a tight end in top 5 in receiving yards. That's rare to happen. I just think Mahomes is really good at passing the ball. They do have a connection like no other. That speed and arm combination is ridiculous. They're going crazy with it. But I also do think Mahomes can do that with a lot of other people, and he can build that connection. He's built that connection with Travis Kelce. I think Aaron Rodgers is doing that with Devontae Adams and his go-to man. And no matter what happens on 4th down, 3rd down, whenever he needs a guy, he has that trust to go to Devontae Adams. I don't think Tyreek Hill is Mahomes' guy to go to on that 4th and 3rd down when it's crucial. I think Travis Kelce's that guy.
No.
I was going to say that.
No. Let's look at that crucial 3rd down that they got against the Bucs. Mahomes is scrambling scrambling backwards left and completes a pass to Tyreek Hill to end the game off.
But Travis Kelce usually that.
That's one tune, but the usual guy is Travis Kelce, and even if you
talk about the Super Bowl. Let's talk about the. What did they call that play?
Oh, I don't remember what they called the play, but yeah, that was a deep ball. But time out. Look at it like this: it's in contention of who's his go-to man. It's not in contention with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams.
How is he not go-to man?
One-two punch.
He's a leading receiver on that team.
But you have a tight end.
They had the best tight end.
For you to be that best quarterback to wide receiver duo, you have to be my go-to man on third and fourth down. I have to look at you. And Tyreek Hill is not that guy for them. It's Travis Kelce for them. And with the Packers, it's Devontae Adams on third and fourth down. You watched it was the Niners game. Devontae Adams got his glove taken off his hand and still pulled in the ball. Aaron Rodgers looked at him, and Aaron Rodgers has been in the league for a long time. And he looked at him, and he was like, Lord. Like the connection they have is different. It's just nothing you can say about it. That connection has been there for multiple years, and it's going to remain there.
You showed me an A-Rod connection that 269 yards, 13 catches, and 2 touchdowns. You show me that game where they had that connection. And
so
then
you're going to base that off one game?
Yeah, you're going to base connection off one game.
Tyreek Hill, the top 3 receiver before that.
But then we're not talking about the top 3 receiver. We're talking about a connection.
Show me a game where they had a connection like that.
Okay, you had one good game.
Not many QBs had that.
Yeah, like.
Show me a connection that A-Rod and Devontae Adams had that was like that.
Tyler Lockett and Rush just had like a 203 touchdown game against.
Is that the argument? Did you say Tyler Lockett and Rush?
I didn't say that, but I'm proving that quarterbacks can do this, and that doesn't have to be their go-to guy.
Yeah.
Just because you have one good game, that doesn't make you the go-to guy. He can't be go-to guy.
He's missing the whole year. He's number 2 in receiver yards.
Show me another game where he had 280-plus yards, 3 touchdowns, and 12 catches.
Show me a good
game.
Show me a game where he's number 2 in receiving yards over Devontae Adams.
And DK's the one.
I mean, with Devontae Adams, though, he's had multiple. He's had 4. Oh, what'd you say?
No, I'm talking to Sam. He was talking about yards. Let's talk about touchdowns. But you can speak.
Oh,
9 to 13.
He's had 4 100-plus receiving yard games. Tyreek Hill's only had 3. He's had multiple 10-plus catches game. He's had 3 10-plus catch games. He scored every single game in the past. How many weeks? In the past 7 weeks. They're actually, come on, you cannot lie. They're a 1-2 punch. You think of Aaron Rodgers, you think of Devontae Adams. Aaron Rodgers is going to get the ball. Devontae Adams in the red zone. In the red zone. Let's keep that in mind. In the red zone, who is Patrick Mahomes going to throw the ball? Travis Kelce?
Let's play a game. I'm gonna say a name. You tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Left.
Right.
Mahomes.
Kelce.
I know you lying. You know it's him, man.
I don't take it away from you.
I think of them both, bro. They're a trio.
DK has 5 100 receiver yard games.
But I think DK just doesn't have the. Yeah, I don't think DK has the length in the pass. I don't take it away from him. He's still a great receiver.
What?
He just doesn't have the pass. Like, he's having a great season, but these quarterbacks we're talking, like last season, they have last season to back it up. DK was slowly getting into it. He's just now starting to be
rookie
that
last
guy.
season, bro.
Like, you can't base off a sophomore year. Like, I just don't think Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill are these quarterbacks. I agree with you, but these quarterback connections that we're talking about have seasons behind them and multiple things to go behind them, such as like rings for Tyreek Hill and Mahomes.
Let's put Devontae Adams in his sophomore season when he was with Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb.
I don't take it away from him, but I'm saying he now has seasons behind him.
DK Metcalf is having a better connection than any other receiver quarterback duo, probably in history. For a second-year receiver.
That question is for right now, like this season.
Yeah.
I don't take it away. Yeah, and you look at it.
You are taking it away.
has DK scored in the last 7 games in a row like Devontae Adams
has? 9 touchdowns.
But that doesn't answer my question, does it?
No,
Has
No,
he
but
scored
let's talk
in
about this
each
one
game?
game. Okay. Had Devontae Adams put up
I'm not talking about.
receiving yards and 13 catches in one game.
But no. You're not answering my question.
Go look at
No,
the
you're
line.
not answering
DK
my
Metcalf.
question, bro. You're not answering my question. Answer
No.
my question.
He does. He hasn't. He hasn't.
All right,
But
thank you.
now answer my question. Now answer
All
my
right,
question.
no.
Thank you.
And I had Tyreek Hill, but okay. No, next question.
Please leave in the comment section who do you think is the better QB to wide receiver duo between the three. Please let me know. But we're gonna skip on to
Hold on, Keith. You said he ain't scored in the last 7. What?
No, he says
has he scored in each game in the last 7 games? No, he hasn't. Simple as that. He hasn't.
Just 2.
Okay, but go
look at Devontae Adams' yards compared to.
Time out.
All right.
But we're answering my question. But he hasn't.
But go look at the.
Next question.
This is gonna be interesting. When healthy, keywords. When healthy, who are your top 3 running backs in the NFL? This is the question. I'm gonna start off. No.
No.
Come on.
No.
I'm gonna let you start off. But I'm just gonna say that I think everybody's gonna have the same 3. But go ahead and start off, Sam. That's all I had to say.
All right. Top 3 in order: Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, and Saquon.
What the?
What,
Bro? What?
Where is Derrick Henry? Where is Derrick Henry?
No.
What?
Okay,
No. You right. That's me. I ain't mean to say Saquon.
Derrick Henry.
Okay. Now here's why I'm approving.
We have the same 3.
No, we don't. Here's my order. You've got CMC, then you got Saquon, and then you got Derrick Henry. And let me tell you why. Let me
look at
tell you
Saquon's
why.
stats from his best season.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you? Okay, CMC in last year's season, which was his best season of his career, 1,300, almost 1,400 rushing yards with over 1,000 receiving yards with over 110 receptions. That's no running back's doing that. Like, he was on an outbreak like no before. We all agree he was the best running back when healthy. Saquon on arguably one of the worst O-line his rookie year. Meanwhile, his first year in the league, he puts up over 2,000 total yards, and he has 16 rushes for over 20 yards. He has 7 rushes for over 40 yards, no fumbles. He broke Reggie Bush's receiving record, reception record with 89, and now it's 91. Like, come on now, King Henry.
Hold on.
No. King Henry is a great running back.
No.
He doesn't have that receiving aspect.
Okay. We get it.
He's a ground and pound running back.
All right. Look, Dalvin Cook through 12 weeks of football, he has Dalvin Cook. You put Saquon over Dalvin Cook, didn't you?
Of course I did.
Saquon, best season, he had 1,307 rushing yards. Dalvin Cook had 1,130 rushing yards.
That's
through
just
12,
not true.
Through 12.
His rookie season, he had 1,300 rushing yards.
That's what I just said.
Just said that.
He said 1,000.
No,
he said 1,000.
No, he said 1,300. And Dalvin Cook is on pace to beat that. Dalvin Cook is right there hand in hand with him through 12 weeks of football.
Through 12 and wait, 2 more touchdowns and 5 yards per carry. Dalvin Cook is better than Saquon Barkley.
No. Listen, and you said the O-line. Minnesota doesn't have a strong offensive line. We see
At all.
Better O-line than Saquon did.
They don't have no strong O-line.
I think just because Saquon's been hurt the last 2 years, we're forgetting
he missed 3 games last year.
Dalvin Cook has been injured.
Not this year. Yeah, he might have got banged up, but
the question is when healthy. Game. We're talking about when healthy.
When healthy, it's Saquon Barkley. It's that simple. Saquon Barkley is arguably the best running back in football when healthy. It's that simple.
No, it's not.
I said it and you know it. I said it and you know it.
CMC and Saquon should not be in the same conversation.
No, not the same sentence. Not in the same sentence.
Oh yeah, today
Can I hear? Can I hear your top 3? You say CMC, Saquon Barkley, who else?
Dalvin Cook. No, you said Derrick Henry.
Oh, so he's
not top 3?
You just let Dalvin all the way out of okay.
You 12
I
us in
mean, it's
football.
No, Sam, you can't argue with
it's
ignorance. There's nothing you can say.
it's
You just
it's debatable between Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cook. I mean, I would say they're tied for third. I can't pick one. They're both great running backs.
Saquon
I
not
won't give
top
that to
3.
them.
Simple.
He's not top 3. He's great. He's great. He's phenomenal. He will be top 3, but not right now.
To daily picks we go. So we're going off of a hot streak. You know, you already know who came in with the most records. The records were I went 14 for 16, Ashton went 12 for 16, DJ went 11 for 16, Sam went 10 for 16 and is in last place. We're now moving on to our week 2 of doing this. So we're going to move on to
trash.
We're going to move on to this. We're going to move on to the first game. The first game we've got the Bengals Dolphins. I'll go first. I said the Dolphins. Like Devontae Parker and Ryan Fitz, because Tua is most likely not playing. They played great against the Jets. I don't see that Cincinnati defense stopping them or coming in the way of that.
Okay. Next up, I'm going with the Miami Dolphins simply off the fact that Joe Burrow isn't playing. Their defense played good last week, but I don't see them playing good against, like you said, Devontae Parker and Fitzmagic. Put me down there with Miami.
Me too.
Sam, the order.
I go.
Sam, we got going order. You last.
No,
10 and 16. 10 and 16. But I'm going with the Dolphins. You know, their defense has been playing very good. Mike Gesicki has been a good tight end for them. Devontae Parker, Ryan Fitz. Ryan Fitz has been playing good. And, yeah, I'm also going with Ashton. You know, no Joe Burrow. Like, come on, they're not going to win the game. Who's their backup quarterback? Isn't it like –
He played good.
Yeah.
He didn't play bad, but he just went against that Giants defense. Talking about.
I'm going to say, he went against the top 3 cornerback right now. Come on now. Like, I don't expect him to do anything. But I'm going with the Dolphins.
Going with the Dolphins.
All right.
They're just horrible.
All right. So we got. I mean, it's no way around this one. Regardless of we got the Raiders and the Jets. Regardless of how bad the Raiders just put up, they're not losing to the Jets. Adam Gase just came out and said he failed Sam Darnold. That's not going to change in 1 week. I see the Raiders stomping all over them, even if Josh Jacobs doesn't play this week.
Las Vegas Raiders took the Chiefs to 2 good games. Yes, they came off a devastating loss to the Falcons, who aren't a bad team by far. Mark me down with the Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm going with the Raiders. Like they're playing the 0-11 freaking Jets. Come on, like no. I'm playing Raiders. Even if with no Josh Jacobs, their car's gonna tear up their defense.
I agree. Put me down with the Raiders.
All right, well, it looks like we got those. We've got Colts, Texans. Now, I got to think about this one. I'm going to go – I might regret this, and I want to go with my gut and say the Colts, but I just can't go against my boy Watson. Actually, no. Here's why I'm going to go to Colts. I'm going to Colts because Will Fuller was just – if they had Will Fuller – no. If they had Will Fuller, I would have went with them. But Will Fuller was just suspended. He doesn't – Brandon Cooks, I don't see will be that true wide receiver one for him. I don't see them going against that Colts defense. I'm going with the Colts.
Bro, I just said Texans.
Twisted up. He said the Texans.
I said the Colts.
No, I'm saying you said the Texans at first, but you switched it. I'm going with the Colts simply off that same fact. The Texans lost it this year. They have played the toughest schedule by far. Deshaun Watson has been heating up over the last few weeks, but unfortunately, Will Fuller has went out for multiple weeks, and yes, I don't see them putting off a game without Will Fuller. He just had a great game on Thanksgiving. I don't see them winning without him playing at all.
I'm going with the Colts. I'm going with the Colts. Texans, they just lost a wide receiver one in Will Fuller who's been heating up, like Ashton said. I mean, I want to go with my boy Deshaun Watson, but I can't. He has Brandon Cooks as starting wide receiver one. Even though Brandon Cooks did do good with the Rams, I don't believe he's that Brandon Cooks anymore. So I'm going with the Colts.
I'll go with the Colts based off their defense and Deshaun Watson's ability not to get outside the pocket.
All right, well, we've got arguably one of the best 1-2 punches with AJ Brown, Derrick Henry, and then you got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. I just don't see Myles Garrett. Even if he comes back this week, he's been dealing with COVID for the last few weeks. He's probably not gonna be himself. I just can't take it away from Derrick Henry. I'm riding with King Henry, and I got put me down for Titans.
Riding that bike.
King Henry all the way. Put the crown on that boy. He's official. The Browns just played one of his lackluster teams this year. Their record isn't really what it says. Tennessee walking straight through Cleveland Browns.
I'm going with King Henry. He's been unstoppable. I believe the Browns aren't the legit team that everybody's saying that they are based off their record. I believe that.
Stop everything I say, bro.
I mean, I'm saying though. What do you want me to say? You took the words out of my mouth. Derrick Henry, one of the best running backs right now. Browns aren't going to stop him.
My gut.
Please don't tell me somebody go with the Browns. This is why you went 10-16.
Nick Chubb. I've been watching Nick Chubb play, bro.
Go with your gut.
For the Browns.
You
Go
learned
with your gut. You lost it last week.
I'm going with the Browns.
Lord.
Oh, gutsy call. But I can't take nothing away from you. I went the Niners last week and it rewarded me. Next game we got Lions Bears. Hey, this is arguably one of the most underrated quarterbacks ever in Matthew Stafford. He most likely won't have Kenny Golladay or DeAndre Swift, but I still think he puts up a fighting effort no matter who he plays. It's a division game, like I said last week. I'm putting me down for the Lions. It's my upset. What you got, Ashton?
This one is really making me think because both of these teams suck. So I'm in this game. Mark me down with the Bears this week. Strong defense. I feel that they're going to be able to generate a lot of turnovers against these lines. Maybe poke the ball out like the Texans did a few times. I just feel that they can generate the turnovers that can. Mr. Trubisky hopefully can manage the game enough to get a win. I'm going with Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bears too, but I'm only going with the Bears solely off Kenny Golladay and DeAndre Swift are not playing right now. So Matthew Stafford doesn't have that wide receiver one, and he doesn't have the rush game that he doesn't have the run. So yeah, I'm going with the Bears 100%. Even though Mr. Trubisky is trash, don't get that messed up. I'm going with them.
What about you, Sam?
Dudley.
All right, well, we'll let Sam get in on that one later. We got.
I don't know, man. The Lions be playing good. I go with the Bears.
Bears.
Strictly off defense.
All right, well, we'll go off of. We got next week. We've got the Jaguars and the Vikings. Yeah, I'm right. I'm staying with Dalvin Cook. I just think Dalvin Cook's going to rip apart that defense. Put me down for the Vikings.
Jaguars been taking a lot of good teams to close games, but they won't be able to pull it off against Justin Jefferson. Adam Thielen comes back this week. Dalvin Cook, they won't win this week. Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Vikings. Dalvin Cook, Jay Jettis, Thielen. Jaguars don't really have a very good secondary, so I have Vikings.
Yeah. Mark me down with the wait, what you say? Jaguars versus who?
Vikings.
Yeah, put me down with the Vikings. Dalvin Cook, just too much for the Jaguars defense to handle.
All right, next we got Saints Falcons. It's Taysom time, baby. That's all. That's simple said. It's Swiss Army knife. You saw what he did last time they played. I put me down for the Saints.
Atlanta Falcons, baby. They had a strong game, a huge upset against the Las Vegas Raiders. This is my upset this week. Mark them down with Atlanta Falcons.
Is Julio playing?
He might. He practiced today.
Mark me down. Oh, go ahead, either.
I'm going with the Saints. The Saints are. I mean, even with no Drew Brees, You still got AK, you still got Michael Thomas. Taysom Hill can run the ball, and he can pass the ball a little bit. But I believe I just can't trust the Falcons. I can't trust Matt Ryan. But yeah, I'm going with the Saints.
Knock me down with the Falcons. Falcons play.
2-2 on that one.
If you look at the Falcons play football, they're a great team.
Well, we got another division rival game right here. We got the Rams Cardinals. I think like I said, it's not that hard to beat the Cardinals. I think you just maintain Kyler, you win that game. But I don't see the Rams doing that. I see Kyler having a field day on them. Put me down for the Cardinals.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What was the team?
Rams versus
Cardinals,
Cardinals.
Rams.
Cardinals and Rams. Put me down with Los, whatever. Los Angeles Rams.
Los Angeles.
I'm taking the Rams. This week. Strong defense. Jalen Ramsey, he's hyped up this year. Aaron Donald, best defensive player in football. I'm going with the Rams this week.
I'm going with the Rams too. I feel as if Jalen Ramsey can contain DeAndre Hopkins, and I feel as if Aaron Donald could make some noise back there and disrupt Kyler Murray in the pass game. So I'm going with the Rams.
I'm going with the Rams based off the Cardinals' last performance and how they let the Patriots pressure Kyler without even that much of a good pass rush. So Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey versus D Hop. I'm taking Ramsey. Who else? Aaron Donald versus their O-line. Taking Aaron Donald. 5-on-1. He's that. So yeah, I'm going with the Rams.
Oh, this one's gonna hurt me to say. We've got Seahawks, Giants. Now, I'm telling you now, we had Daniel Jones. I'm going with the Giants 100%. But there's like a 5% chance he plays this week, so I'm gonna go with the Seahawks because I don't see Colt McCoy coming in there and winning that game. Do not talk bad about my team. Do not talk bad about my team.
I don't have too much to say. Just Seattle. It's not much to say.
With Daniel Jones.
Yeah, it's not much to say.
I'm going with Seattle. I understand I got James Bradbury, but still, I mean, I feel
James Bradbury can win you a game.
Yeah.
I'll tell you my bold take. He holds DK to under 2 catches, 50 yards though, or 4 catches for under 50 yards. I'll tell you that now.
What you say?
Bradbury is him.
You
said Bradbury holds. He's gonna hold DK to 4 catches and 50 yards.
Wow.
Or under. Yes.
Okay, we'll see.
I'm going with the Seahawks.
It's no receiver like DK, bro. Like,
I don't have the accent, but we'll go with next one. We got Patriots Chargers. I'm going with the best rookie quarterback that we've seen in quite some time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going with Justin Herbert and the Chargers.
I'm going with the Patriots this week. Bill Belichick. I feel like this team is heading in the right direction with Cam Newton. I feel like they're playing together. We've seen a strong win against Arizona. I feel like they will hit a little winning streak. So I'm going with the Patriots this week.
I'm torn between the two right now. I want to go with the Patriots due to the fact of what their defense just did to the Cardinals. Stephon Gilmore just locked up completely DeAndre Hopkins, who we all agree was a top 3 receiver. So I believe he can go out there, shut down Keenan Allen, but I gotta go with my boy Herbert though. He's been balling these past couple weeks, and yeah, I'm going with Justin Herbert.
Just a howl. I go with the Patriots. Cam Newton, that defense, they could outplay Justin Herbert.
I think this one's pretty obvious. You got Eagles, Packers. There's nothing I can say about this one. We all know how I feel about the Eagles. Put me down for the Packers.
Packers.
Yeah, I mean this one's basically just as easy. Chiefs, Broncos.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
This one's just as easy, but I know I'm gonna hear some blasphemy in my ears. Steelers, Washington. Steelers.
Washington.
Football team, baby.
I'm going with
First
the
loss
football.
of the season.
Yeah, I'm going with the football team strictly off of the pressure that we're going to put on Big Ben. This team loves to pass the ball. We seen even when they were up against Baltimore, they're still passing the ball when all they had to do is run the clock out. And I feel like we're very strong against the pass. It's just a recipe for success. We have a strong pass rush and a good passing defense. I feel like we will come out and get this win this week.
Valid point. Next one we got Bills Niners. I know I went Niners last week, but yeah, that Bills offense with Stephon Diggs, I think they're gonna win that game. Put me down for the Bills.
Last week, like he said, it was a division game. This isn't a division game. I'm going with the best team right here. I'm going with the Bills.
I'm going with the Bills too. Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, they're playing top tier right now, so I'm going with them.
Can't hear you, Sam.
Oh, sorry. Move your phone. Move your hand from your mic. Say it again.
It's good now?
Yeah.
Yeah, say it again.
Josh Allen's playing like a top 5 receiver. And Stephon Diggs playing like
quarterback?
a top 5. Oh, yeah, quarterback. Stephon Diggs playing like a top 5 receiver, too. So, go with the Bills.
Well, see, now that was a clean sweep. This one, I'm not going to hear no blasphemy in my ears. We've got the Cowgirls and the Baltimore Ravens. Put me down for the
Repeat
Ravens.
yourself.
That's a hard game.
Oh God, he playing like we can't beat the Ravens. Come on,
Come on, get this Cowgirls nonsense on my ear.
Lamar's
playing.
Lamar.
Lamar's playing.
Oh.
Because this game's on Tuesday, so he has a whole week to prepare.
Oh, the Ravens.
Get this Cowgirls nonsense on my ear.
Yeah, Ravens.
Okay, I go with the Cowboys.
Man, there's nothing wrong going with your team. It's okay. I respect that, but Lamar gonna have a field day on y'all.
Lamar has had a field day since college, so.
Whoa.
Wait, go on.
Passing?
We gotta hurry it up. We had to hurry it up.
Passing? Yeah.
Blasphemy.
Okay, we're gonna see.
Next up, Keith.
That's the last game. This has finished, caps off the 3rd episode of Talk Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, let us know who your QB wide receiver duo. You got this nonsense right here. All right, it's been a good episode. Peace out.